Bicycles are almost everywhere in Copenhagen. For many years, city planning in Denmark taking into consideration what would be the best way for people to travel from the suburb area to the city center, both environmental friendly and efficiently. Thanks to the city's cycling superhighway, a network of 28 bicycle routes make travel a lot more easier. The cycle paths are built only for bicycles. People can go to work without traffic jams.
And 27 more in Copenhagen area are on the planning board. The idea is to make it easier for the cyclists to come from their living places in the suburbs to their working places in the city center. The new super bicycle highways can also make Copenhagen the first carbon-neutral capital in the world. 12.
We have a green vision. We want to be a greener capital. We have a goal for 2025. We want to be the first carbon-neutral capital in the world. We reduce our carbon emissions with 20% until now, and we're going to reduce it more.
Several innovations are also being tested, like the green wave technology, which times the traffic lights to suit bikers. If you maintain a certain speed, you can ride all the way up to the city without a single stop.
You get a direct route, bicycle route or bicycle highway from the suburbs into the city centre. And what we in the Danish Cyclists Federation support is the basic idea behind this new bicycle highway, which is to take the thinking behind the car culture, where you had suburbs and then direct traffic links, roads, highways from the suburbs into the city centre, where you could go to work, to take that kind of thinking and transform it, transferred to the bicycle world. So you will be able to live in your house in the suburbs, go out and take your bike, perhaps your electrical bike, and get on the bike highway and very fast go all the way into the city centre. That is the perspective which we support.
Copenhagen is being named the bike capital of the world. A network of total of 28 bicycle highways will strengthen this image.
But it's also to make people bike more. We want to be the best bicycle city in the world. In Denmark we're very good. In Copenhagen we are super good. They have a lot of initiatives going on right now for cyclists. So the main point is that this is a green way to transport yourself, and that's why it's so important for us to make the world's best bicycle city.
In recent years, conditions for the cyclists in Copenhagen have been improved significantly, and there are actually more bikes in the city than the inhabitants.
The number of people who bike in Copenhagen and other major cities has gone up. And in Copenhagen there's been a lot of new initiatives. If you make life easier for the cyclist, they will cycle more. So there's a direct link. The extra number of bicycle lanes, the wider bicycle lanes, has meant that more people cycle in Copenhagen. There are more bikes in Copenhagen than there are inhabitants. There are close to 600,000 bikes in the city of Copenhagen, and there are 550,000 inhabitants.
To encourage the companies in the Copenhagen area, as well as in the rest of the country, the Bicyclists Federation is running campaigns every year to encourage companies to improve the conditions for their employees who ride their bikes to work.
The Danish Cyclists Federation organizes the Bike to Work campaign every year, where companies and their employees bike to work and every day register on the internet which days they have bike to work. And the competition is how many days you bike to work, not how fast you bike to work, but how many days you do it. Besides the Bike to Work campaign, we go out to companies and give them directions and advice as to how to improve bicycle facilities for their employees, better parking facilities.
The Danish company Novo Siemens is among those companies. Even in winter with snow on the streets and temperatures below zero, many of the company's employees ride their bikes to the office every morning.
Well, I wouldn't do without it. It's simply my way of getting exercise. I have about 20 minutes in the morning and 25 minutes or so in the afternoon, and that gives me the daily exercise, and it's actually a very refreshing thing for the brain to get out in this weather.
Well, first of all, I bike because I like the exercise that I get. It gives me about an hour of exercise every day. But also using public transportation is, especially in weather like this, it's usually delayed, so it could end up, or usually ends up, taking the same time biking as it does by public transportation.
The company has built a dry and secure parking area for the cyclists in the basement, where basic repair services are also provided.
Denmark is a traditional biking country. We have all been biking to our schools when we were young, so it's a very natural continuation that when we get into adult life and get into our working environments, that we would like to continue that. And for us as a company, of course, it's very good for us that we have healthy and hardworking employees that get up in the morning and are fresh and relaxed when they get to the office.
The first super cycle highway, the Albertsland route, opened in April 2012 and have cost about $3 million. It is 17.5 kilometers long and has increased the use of bikes with 10% in the area. After all 27 bicycle highways are finished, the next goal is to increase the number of people who use bikes between their homes and their workplaces with 30%. Besides the benefits for people and the environment, the whole society can actually earn money from the investments on the improved conditions.
The city of Copenhagen has made very precise studies documenting that every time somebody uses the bike instead of a car, a society saves 1.5 kroner, the Danish currency. This is money saved to health expenditures, less money spent on people having to be treated in hospitals because of car accidents, less money spent on the environment because of the generally improved conditions when people bike. So every time somebody gets on the bike, society saves 1.5 Danish kroner compared to that same person using the car every day to work.
It is not only the society can save money on people using bikes. Being a bicyclist is also considerably cheaper than driving a car.
The bike I have is, for Danish standards, a quite expensive bike. It costs around $1,000. And there's some maintenance, but it's small things. I just bought new brakes for both front and back yesterday, and it was $20. I can fit it myself. So it is very inexpensive compared to driving a car. And when we pass the gas pump and see that it's now more than $2 per liter, then it's of course extra enjoyable to bike and be a bicyclist.
I have two bikes. I have one bike which I spend money and time on, which I mainly use during the summer for races and for going faster. And then I have my winter bike, which is something I don't spend much money on, maybe I don't know, 1,000 kroner per year, the maximum. So it's not a very expensive way of transporting yourself.
Service stations are also provided in the bicycle highway.
The super highways, bike highways, must have the same general facilities that a car highway has, which means there's extra space and you don't have to make a lot of stops. You can go with no stops and with plenty of space all the way from the suburbs into the city centre. At the moment, with the existing superhighway, you still have to make a few stops along the way, and there's not an awful lot of space. So we still need to see some improvements there.
Denmark has been a bicycle-friendly country for many years. With the new bicycle highways, the conditions will get even better and safer.
Generally, yes, I would say so. And I also think that bicyclists are kind of protected in Denmark because we have these special lanes for bikes many places. And the cars and the drivers are quite used to that there's bikes on the road, and they're paying attention to these traffickers as well.
For me, it's a very, very integrated part of my daily life. I have 15 kilometers each way, and I can go, and this is maybe quite unique for Denmark, I can actually go for 15 kilometers from my home to my office without having to go on the road at all. I can go on bike lanes all the way, so it's very safe for me, and it has become a very, very nice way for me to start my working day and to end my working day before I get home to my family.
The environment aspect plays an important role for the company as well.
The kind of company we are and the kind of products we develop are all founded in the basis of sustainability, and we want to make sure that what we do and the impact we have on the environment is favorable, and that calls for also in our own little way in our personal lives to make the right kind of choices. And of course, taking the bike to work is better for the environment than taking the car.
Using the bike has a number of very positive effects for society and the individual. For society, it reduces the cost to health expenditures, it improves the environment, it improves the traffic situation, less congestion. So overall, this has been documented recently in studies. Society actually makes money every time somebody gets out of the car and onto the bike. And for the individual, it means a better health and generally improved lifestyle.
According to local officials, an estimated 15,000 additional people are expected to switch from driving to biking.